When Brian Austin Green and Tiffani Thiessen reconnected almost 30 years after their split, they shocked fans and evoked feelings of nostalgia, producing a moment that seemed both delicate and subtly potent. At a Sandals Foundation charity event, their presence together drew notice right away. Not for glamour or old-fashioned Hollywood drama, but rather for the clear camaraderie between two people who had once had great significance for each other. This reunion struck a profound chord with anyone who followed their journey during the height of Beverly Hills 90210. It was more than just two famous people being pictured together. It was a kind remembrance of their shared history. Witnesses claimed that as soon as they met one another, the mood was gentle. Tiffani gave Brian a loving, sincere hug as he walked up with a smile that conveyed both apprehensive joy and introspection. They were seen smiling softly and leaning in close like individuals do when they are with people they know well. Someone in the vicinity heard Brian laughing nostalgically and remarked, 30 years, that's wild. It seems to have both flown and dragged simultaneously. We were just kids back then, Tiffani reportedly said, squeezing his arm. Didn't we learn a lot? In the 1990s, their passion was young and intense, molded by pressure, celebrity, and as Brian put it, immaturity and insecurity. He has already discussed in interviews how envy occasionally influenced his action while they were together. He recently said, I didn't always show up the way she deserved it. She was developing with me as I was discovering who I was. When we were younger, we had to navigate a world that didn't allow us to breathe. The reunion now is made even more meaningful by hearing those reflections which demonstrate the kind of emotional development that only time can produce. Conversely, Thiessen has never been critical of their past. She has highlighted their shared youth and the passion of young love experienced in the spotlight rather than the challenges. It wasn't always easy, but it was real. She stated during a recent discussion about that time, and I didn't feel angry when it was all over. Just thankfulness, lessons learned, and memories. The atmosphere of their reunion was one of gentleness rather than anxiety as these words reverberated. At the event, the two moved away from the crowd to have a private conversation for a few minutes. They were frequently seen grinning and nodding softly, seemingly acknowledging past emotions without reopening them. You've grown into exactly who you were supposed to be, Tiffani remarked softly, putting her hand on his arm in a heartful moment. And you became everything I always knew you would, was Brian's equally sincere reply. Today, both celebrities lead happy personal lives. Green is engaged to a huge family of his own, and Thiessen is contentedly married with 2 children. Their reunion was more about emotional closure, respect for one another, and serenity than it was about rekindled passion. It was really good seeing you again, Brian allegedly said to her as the evening ended. Tiffani responded, good to see you too, with a warm, familiar smile that conveyed a message of its own. It's true that life comes full circle. Their time spent together served as a silent reminder that some relationships don't entirely vanish. They just take on a more delicate form over time.